I'll be doing some work on this 95 Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited. I bought it new in 1995. It's got about 344, maybe 346,000 miles on it now. I'm going to go over the problems, and if you guys have solutions, you can let me know, and as I work through the problems, I will post the solutions. I started using synthetic oil in here, Mobil 1 synthetic, at 10,000 miles. Original spare tire has about 400 miles on it. I had to put it on the ground for a while. Hasn't been cranked since yesterday afternoon. Doesn't smoke at all. The recalls have been updated on it. That trailer hitch, the parking brake lockout has been installed. Interior is almost pristine. Driver's seat's in pretty good shape, but I do have another driver's seat and passenger seat, the matching splush seats with the color, with this correct color. The center console, computer console, does not work. The radio does not work anymore. The power antenna no longer works, so I'd like to get an aftermarket antenna, an aftermarket Bluetooth radio, and then a solution for the computer console. It has just recently stopped working. I also get an error message on the computer console to check four-wheel drive switch. I have changed the four-wheel drive switch, and I'm thinking that it's just a bad sensor, but I'm not sure. Like I said, this interior is almost pristine. I don't want to sell this vehicle, but I would entertain it. And this vehicle have a lot of miles on us. 2 trips to New Jersey, Hurricane Irene, Hurricane Sandy. 1 trip to Miami, 3 months doing wind mitigation inspections. And I dearly love this vehicle. I would consider selling this little Cherokee, and it's in great shape. I bought it from a second owner with 148,000 miles on it. Now it has about 230 something. The back door on the driver's side does not open with the power or manually. I guess I'm gonna have to get that door panel off. I think there's probably a little plastic clip that is broken and prohibiting it from opening, but if anyone has any suggestions or a solution, I would like to know. And I do not like taking door panels off. I hate it. So I changed, put Mobil 1 synthetic in here at 10,000 miles. It's a Chrysler 5.2 of the old 318 from the 1960s. They remodeled the heads so that they would breathe better. And this is a V8 full-time four-wheel drive. I get 15, 16 miles a gallon around town, 22 on the road, which is better than that little Cherokee 4-liter. I get about 15 around town, around 20 on the road on it. Well, I guess that's about it. If you have any solutions for those problems, let me know. And I'll post solutions as I work through the problem. Ashtrays never had ashes in it. I've got the cigarette lighter in the dash. Oh, and I guess I would entertain selling either vehicle, but more than likely the price would be higher than what anyone would want to pay for them. I don't know if I mentioned this in the video or not. This vehicle sat for 4 years with the transmission bad. I had a rebuilt transmission put in it last fall, about 8 months ago. I'm not impressed with Chrysler transmissions at all. This is the third one that's in it. First one went out at $195,000. I bought a remanufactured from Chrysler, installed it myself, and it went out at $232,000. And so now this one was rebuilt from a local transmission shop. From my understanding, Chrysler put out a service bulletin to use Mopar +4 transmission fluid in this transmission. It came with Dextron 3 Mercon in it. The same is true with this little Cherokee. I have a post on my YouTube channel that says to use only Dextron Mercon in both of these vehicles. That Chrysler's just trying to sell their own transmission fluid, and it is much more expensive. I'm inclined to agree with my poster. I think Dextron is the way to go. That's all I'm going to put in either one of these. The reason I'm going only with Dextron in both of these vehicles at $195,000, when I replaced the transmission with a Mopar rebuilt transmission in this vehicle, I switched over to the Mopar +4 transmission fluid and got less mileage than I did with the Dextron. Additionally, I do know why I get less gas mileage with this little Cherokee. Although it is a two-wheel or four-wheel drive, it's a part-time four-wheel drive. You have to lock in the front too. The gear ratios are different, and that gives you less gas mileage in this little Cherokee. Both of them are overdrive transmissions, but the gear ratio on the rear end is different in the front end, so that you don't get the mileage in that little Cherokee that you do in these Grand Cherokees.